Hi, this is Tutor Nick P, and this is lesson 357. The title of today's lesson is The Difference Between You Must Be Dreaming and Daydream. Yeah, recently I've noticed that a lot of students, especially students of ESL, sometimes use the word daydream when they should be using a phrase like you must be dreaming. So first, let's look at daydream and the way we usually use daydream. So let's look at the note here. If someone is having a daydream, he or she is having pleasant thoughts about something other than what he or she is supposed to be paying attention to. So typically, a student in a class, if the class is boring, they might be daydreaming about something fun they're going to do later or that weekend or their vacation time, or maybe even somebody at work. They're supposed to be doing their work. They're looking out the window. Their mind is somewhere else. Maybe they're thinking about their boyfriend or their husband or something they're going to do later on or that weekend or whatever. That's usually what we mean by a daydream. So it is usually real things that you're going to do, but it's usually pleasant things or fun things. That's mostly what we mean when we say a daydream. All right, let's continue here. Now, when we talk about you must be dreaming, let's look at the note here. Actually, we have three common ways of expressing the same idea. One can say, you must be dreaming, dream on, or in your dreams. Yeah, so even, this is even good just to learn these phrases or these regular idioms. All three phrases are used to tell someone that what he or she wishes for, or what they want, you do not believe has a likely chance to come true. Okay, let's continue. Some say, meaning some people say, these phrases derive from, meaning they originally came from, a number of songs in the 1950s and 1960s that used the word dream in their titles or choruses about hoping to get love from a particular person. Yeah, there's a lot of songs like Dream, 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 Dream. There's a lot of songs like that talking about hoping or wishing to date some particular person that may not even know them. Okay, so let's take a look at the first example. How a student is likely to do this wrong. So here with the X, this is wrong. So if a student says, you must be making a daydream, she would never date you. No, you don't use this in this sense. You should say, you must be dreaming, like you're crazy, she would never date you, maybe, she would never choose you as her partner, maybe you are out of her league or something like that. All right, let's look at number 2 here. You must be having a daydream, again. Your talent is not good enough to compete. Okay, so again, this would be wrong to be saying you're having a daydream. Again, we could use another way that we said it. You could say, in your dreams. So with all of these, you could say, in your dreams, you must be dreaming. Or we could say, dream on, meaning like, no way, that's not likely. That's not going to happen. Forget it. Yes, that's not going to become reality. Probably not. All right, and the third one we have here, again, the student might be saying, you are having a daydream. The boss is never going to give you that job. So again, in this case, we might say, dream on. The boss is never going to give you that job. He, he doesn't even like you that much, or there's many other better choices that he'll probably give it to, or more deserving employees. So dream on. It's not going to come true. You don't think it's likely. All right, anyway. And of course, we'll just give one example where, this is how the way we use daydream. We use daydream both as a verb and a noun. So we might say here, Sally often daydreams in that class because it is boring. Or, she had a day, or she was caught having a daydream. Something that maybe the teacher caught a student having a daydream, just wandering, looking at the sky or looking at the ceiling. So that's the way we would use it. Okay, anyway, I hope you got it. I hope it was clear. Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.